I've always been a fan of unusual railways. The weirder the better. So one sunny day I decided it was time for a trip to the seaside to visit the Hythe Pier Railway. Hythe Pier connects the village of Hythe, the shoreline, with the ferry that runs into Southampton on a regular basis. 2,100 feet long, it's a bit of a hike, especially if you've got luggage. So, although it opened in 1881, by 1909, a 2-foot gauge railway had been installed, with the porters pushing carts up and down by hand. The locomotives and electric power came along in 1922 and are still operating today. The 3.5-minute ride along the pier allows passengers to enjoy the sights of all the ships coming in and out to Southampton. So you see large cruise liners and, of course, enormous vessels covered in tin boxes carrying all sorts of wonderful things, possibly even some model railway products. On a nice day, it's a really, really attractive trip, although a little nastier, I suspect, if the rain and wind is happening. The journey starts at Shore Station, where you find the ticket office and, of course, the works for the line. Now, the engine shed is actually at right angles to the main line, and it's also where you find the one and only point, so that there can be some shunting. The line itself then carries on along the pier until you reach the pontoon station, which, it has to be said, is looking a little bit worse for wear. Living out at the end of the pier in all the seaside terrible weather for most of the year means that the paintwork suffers on this actually quite impressive canopy station. The line operates 2 locomotives, although only one of them was actually in service on my visit, the other one being under repair. These are both 4-wheel locomotives originally built for the Avonmouth Mustard Gasworks in 1921 by the Brush Electrical Company of Loughborough. The locomotives have changed in look quite dramatically. If you look at this restored version, you can see that it's battery powered and has a very, very different cab. The line itself now operates on an electric system with a third rail picking up 200 volts DC to power the locomotives at 12 miles an hour down the track. The train is formed of 2 riding coaches and a third driving coach at the C end of the line, and there's also a flat wagon, a fairly ugly flat wagon, that's useful for buggies and luggage people are bringing along. The 2 coaches have been restored, and the driving coach is currently under replacement, and so a new one will be brought out at some point when that work's finished to allow the current one to be restored. There's also some goods traffic with a fuel bowser taking fuel from the shore out to the ferry, and this is just simply stuck on the C end of the train and shoved up to the end of the pier and then brought back again, being shunted into the engine shed by hand, basically a couple of people pushing the thing around. Early in 2023, it looked like time might be up for the line, but fortunately the plans to close the ferry service down have come to nothing. A new owner has been found, and they are about to take the ferry off for its annual refit, which is a significantly expensive task. The line and pier have been handed over to a heritage organisation to look after. Now, this is a little bit of a poison chalice, I suspect, because there's an awful lot of money to be spent on the line, both line and railway. Talking to the driver, they could really do to relay the planks underneath the track and replace a lot of the track work. But that's a massive job and not likely to happen in the immediate future. However, for the moment, the Hythe Pier Railway carries on doing the job it was built to do, which is essentially to get people from the ferry to the shore and back again, and it operates every day with a commuter service at peak times as well, because it's, as I say, it's still doing the important job. Return fare is £2, and in fact you can ride backwards and forwards all day for £2 and enjoy the scenery as well. Or you can buy a connecting ticket that allows you to take the train and then the ferry and then back again at the end of the day. It's a lovely little line, fascinating in its history, and certainly I'd recommend, if you like unusual trips, give it a go before, in case anything happens to it. At the moment, things are looking positive. because there is the second loco, it has a new motor and new wheel sets. They're just reassembling it. But you never know with these sort of things. After all, a few years ago, a barge crashed through the middle of the pier, severing the line. So it could all suddenly disappear again. So make the best of it. Go and find the Hythe Pier Railway, and enjoy a day out at the seaside with some excellent fish and chips and ice cream as well.